Yeah, I got you.
Welcome to episode 17 of Motor Month. Here's your host, Brendan Kelly.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Motor Mouth. My microphone is dead. Can you?
I can hear
Okay, let's start from the beginning again. Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Motor Mouth, the show that keeps you up to speed with the latest Eastern Cape motorsport news. My name is Bryn. Bedford is extremely busy as usual doing our final mix, and our producer in Port Alfred is none other than the diligent Daryl Cookard. I've once again been evicted from Studio One as we work on trying to sort out our internet issues, so here's hoping that we'll have a trouble-free show. I know our first guest is having issues trying to log on, so hopefully we can get that sorted out. Once again, a massive thank you must go out to our main sponsors, Emerald Fire and Fifth Colour Branding, for their continued support of our show. I must say that the Emerald Fire Racing Team cars are certainly looking very good and had a great weekend at Scribante this past weekend, finishing second and third overall in the regional saloon class, as well as George van Balen setting a new personal best time and in doing so breaking out into Class B. Folks, please feel free to share the up to 60 seconds link on Facebook so that you can help us reach a bigger audience. We are also going out live on YouTube as well. Exciting news is that Red Star Raceway near Delmas will be hosting the first round of the 2020 Global Touring Car and Super Cup Series this coming weekend. Of local interest will be the official debut of the very impressive Golf 8 cars driven by Daniel Rowe and Keegan Masters, and obviously prepared by the VW Motorsport team, who also happen to be the defending GTC champions. So we got to have a close look at one of the Golfs in action during the final shakedowns at round 2 of the SA Endurance Series in Port Elizabeth a few weeks back, and can only say what an impressive performing beast it is. So we'll be watching the live streaming with keen interest. Motormouth would like to wish the VW Motorsport team all of the very best for the weekend. We have a couple of birthday wishes. One of our guests tonight, Bryn, as well as Danny and Staffin, who both celebrated their birthdays. Yesterday. Hope that you guys had an absolute blast. Just getting confirmation that Clinton has managed to log in, so we're going to go straight on to tonight's first guest, and it's a very warm welcome to the chairman of Algoa Kart and Motorcycle Club, Clinton Moss.
Evening, Brendan. How are you doing?
Good evening, Clinton, and good evening to Caleb. Glad you guys could make it. A couple of technical issues trying to log in tonight.
No.
I'm just not getting any audio coming through there. Is your link okay there?
Should be working.
All right, let's try it again there. I did hear you for a moment there.
You there?
Talk to you.
That's the joys of going live on the internet, relying on everybody's connections. But yeah, no, we certainly seem to have a problem. Just wonder if we shouldn't cut to an advert break and just see if we can get Clinton's connection sorted out there.
With over 60 years of financial planning experience, Skybridge Capital has sound solutions for your financial needs. Our client commitment and unbiased approach enables us to build tailored investment portfolios for the individual and their changing circumstances. We specialize in retirement and estate planning, wills and deceased estates, as well as local and offshore investment planning.
Prano Eco Car Wash is a new waterless concept in cleaning cars. You can give either Bavi or Matthew a call for prompt service. Their numbers are on the flyer that is on the screen. These guys are mobile. They will come and clean your vehicle wherever it is convenient for you to have it done, give a call, let them come to you and cleaned. Right, we've got a couple of challenges there with Clinton Moss. Just trying to get the audio sorted out there. Can we have a Paul? Are we having any joy there?
Caleb.
Yes.
All right. Okay. We're just getting some direction there from our guys. We're going to we'll try and connect to Clinton Moss after we've spoken to the youngest guest we have ever had on the show, Caleb Odendaal. Welcome to Motormouth.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your great job winning the Max class in Zwarkops last weekend. It must be a good feeling.
Yeah, it was. It was very tough when Querson pushed me into the tunnel, but it was fun.
It certainly is a challenging circuit. Would you rate it as one of your favorite circuits in the country?
Yeah, it is my favorite circuit in the country.
The next national is on, I think it's the 17th of October. That is the final round in Cape Town at Killarney. Do you like racing Killarney circuit?
Yeah, I love it.
What's the best part about racing at Killarney?
The 180s where I can pass everybody, because a lot of people go wide.
I managed to watch a couple of the races on live streaming on Sunday, and I think it was in race number 3. You learnt a very valuable lesson. What lesson was learnt in race number 3? I think it was Sunday's first race.
It was very good. I had a lot of fun, but it was very hard.
And when you learned that?
That Morat passes in turn 1.
Ah, okay. And that the race only finishes once the checkered flag is out. I saw you celebrating a victory a little bit early, and I think it was it was Riachile Mayalula that dived past and took the race win. But you certainly bounced back in the next heats.
And Caleb is gone.
Yeah, looks like we've lost Caleb as well now. As we say, the joys of working on the internet. Caleb, are you still with us?
He's back.
All right. As we said, four race wins and 2 second places. That's quite an achievement for a driver that's only 8 years old.
Yeah. It was very fun, and I was very lucky.
Very fun.
What did you enjoy the most?
What was the most enjoyable part of the weekend?
That I was very lucky that I didn't get bumped and that I didn't spin, but I had a lot of fun.
Future plans?
And your future plans? Where do you see yourself going in karting in the next couple of years?
To Portugal, and I want to try and win Portugal.
Why?
Why would you like to go there?
Because I've never been there, and it's like a very nice place.
Okay, my sound is very, 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 very bad in my ear, but that's fun. As we said, the winner, if you win at Killarney the 17th of October, you obviously get a ticket to the Rotax Max World Finals in February. You have been overseas before. You've raced overseas before, haven't you?
I haven't raced, but I won the ticket to Italy in Bambinos last year.
And Bambinos, the Bambino class, from what I saw with the live streaming, is a very competitive class. There are some very good little drivers out there.
Yeah, and they call the Bambino class the Bambinos because they always bam
Oh,
into each
Clinton
other.
managed to log on.
The Bambinos.
Yeah.
During the racing, I just noticed one thing: the last corner before the where you take the checkered flag, you had that corner absolutely sewn up. It was so good. It didn't matter if you were in second or third. You came to that corner, you had a different line on that corner. Tell us a little about that corner.
I'm the fastest through. I'm maybe the fastest through that corner, and it's the best corner on the track of mine.
Okay, we can wrap with him.
Okay, I'm
Clinton is there.
battling to hear it. Well, Caleb, we wish you all the very best on the Nationals of the 17th of October at Killarney in Cape Town, and hope that you can get that ticket to the Rotax Max World Finals next year in February. So all of the very, very best and good luck. We'll certainly keep an eye on you.
Straight to Clinton.
Right, I believe we've got our link to Clinton Moss sorted out, so let's try and have another stab at Mr. Clinton Moss. Clinton, are you with us?
Evening, Bryn. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hey, we got you. And no Caleb with you this time. Stage fright got to him.
He is here. A little bit sharp.
He's back. So you're obviously wearing two caps on the show tonight. The first cap as a very proud father, and the second as the chairman of Algoa Kart Club. Let's start with Caleb's class win in this past weekend. It must be a very, very proud moment for you.
It definitely was. It was a combination of a lot of hard work. He really did put in the effort. It's a little bit different going up there and driving high grip circuits, and obviously in big bunches. We're not used to that down here in the Eastern Cape, so it is a bit of an adaptation. But yeah, he did very, very well. I'm very proud.
It's if I've got it right, it's Caleb's second national class win. You know, to bear the Moss surname must obviously come with a bit of expectation in motor racing circles. Is that a challenge at times?
I suppose so. There's always a lot of expectation and stigma, but he has a few different driving characteristics, so we're going to try to stick to those rather than what some of his uncles and whatever the relation is are known for. But yeah, we try. We've got to forge our own way, and he seems to be doing very well. You know, still young, still a lot of time to go, and yeah, we'll see where it takes us.
But I know the feeling as a father. I mean the different emotions that you go through on race day, and especially at nationals. It's a very, what I can say, a very lacquer feeling when it's performing.
No, for sure. In some of the live footage, you may hear my enthusiasm over some of the microphones getting the better of me. But I mean, it is. I mean, it's a very competitive class. There is so much talent on the grid, with the engines being so close and the chassis all being the same. The kids are talented, and they're going to give it everything they want to. Sometimes it's frustrating. Sometimes you get a bit lucky, but yeah, there's some serious talent out there.
No, his voice is good.
But yeah, to go and I mean to win a national, we teach these guys from young. You know, with karting, it certainly is character building and a confidence booster of note for them to go out there and perform. I mean, enemies on the track, but when the guys come off the track, it's best of mates, and certainly is a nice.
Sorry, yeah, I lost you there in the end, but yeah, they are. The greatest thing with karting is they will fight each other tooth and nail on the track, and then obviously when they get off, they're the greatest of friends most of the times, and they go sit in each other's trailers and play, and I think that's important. Hopefully we can keep that going up through the ranks until they're teenagers and adults, but we've also seen it go the other way, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, that's unfortunately that's part of motor racing. The national scene looking very good at the moment. Lots of young drivers from the Eastern Cape doing very well out there. I know also had good results there. So as I say, the national scene is looking so good, but our local scene is in a bit of trouble. Where do you feel the problem lies at this stage?
Sure. I couldn't really put my finger on it. I know the Eastern Cape is not known to be the richest category or province around. I think we are lacking in a few areas in dare I say development. But yeah, we need to come up with a serious strategy very soon to get the numbers on the grid. And unfortunately, it's not the most, well, dare I say, cheapest sport in the world, but it is probably for us some of the most enjoyable. So hopefully we can put a plan together, get the numbers back on the circuit. It will take a bit of capital investment to make it cheaper. We do need to resurface. We will not be getting another national, we've been told by the two series, until we've changed the surface, which is no little bit of money, but hopefully we can get that sorted, and that'll just make the running costs for the car cheaper on tyres.
Sorry, I've got sound issues. I'm just hearing bits and pieces. Obviously, our link is. It looks like the problem might be on my side.
Just go onto the local scene.
As chairman of the club, what plans? What's the future looking like? Are there contingency plans in place at this stage? When do you think we can go racing again?
Well, the problem is not going racing. The problem is getting the numbers. It's not feasible to run an event for us for less than, dare I say, 35 competitors, which seems like a low amount. But we are battling to get 15, 16 competitors on the grid at the moment. Unfortunately, if the numbers are low, we've got to carry the costs, so the entry fees have to increase. On the positive side, we are negotiating with the Nelson Mandela municipality to extend our lease. If we can extend our lease and get that in, we can do some developments on the club. So we've just got to encourage the people out there to come and join.
Right. Sorry, I'm just while you're talking there, I'm just shutting down some of the devices that I've got running. I think our link. We've been battling with our internet connection for about a week, and so I'm just shutting down. And if my wife is watching as well, if she can also disconnect. I know my son Cameron is taking part in a gaming tournament as well, so he's live on the internet. So I've just started shutting down my devices. So unfortunately, not watching on who's joining us. I saw Brent Barnard had joined, and Jeff Latham as well. And just, while we waiting, just mention Jeff. Thanks very much for the photographs that we have used on the show tonight. So yeah, Clinton, we're gonna wrap it there. It's been a bit of a disjointed chat with you, but yeah, all the very best for the rest of the season. And there's one thing I don't know if with Michael Stephen and the MS4 with the MS4 racing, is there a plan in place there?
We are busy negotiating and sorting a few things out. We are waiting for some feedback from MSA, which I heard that we got very late this afternoon. Hopefully that'll help us put an event together. Obviously, we try to do things the correct way so that we don't step on other people's toes. But yeah, that has probably been one of the saviors of karting in the Eastern Cape over the last few years, and we need to definitely focus on that and somehow bring it into mainstream karting as well. So yes, we've got a lot of things in the background. I've got a fantastic team in the committee, some experienced people, and we will do what we can for the love of the game, dare I say, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, we look forward to seeing all the karts back out on circuit again, and the MS4 karting scene has certainly seen a serious resurgence in karting, and a lot of the youngsters that are currently racing now, their parents have started racing in the MS4 series, so it has been a brilliant initiative to get new blood involved in the sport.
And some old champions. I mean, we've had the likes of Sean Watson Smith, Michael Stevens, Simon Moss. There's been old Carters, Mr. Price. There's been your son that's joined. I think we've had more champions on the grid in something that's supposed to be a silly series, but I've been there in most of the events, and I think it's more serious than some Formula One races.
No, absolutely. I have to agree with you there. But as serious as the racing is on circuit, there's always a good vibe. It's a good family day out, and a very well organized day with fun prize givings afterwards as well. So Michael's certainly doing a great job, and we certainly are missing the whole four-stroke series, which. As you say, there hopefully are plans to get that back on circuit, because there's lots of guys itching to get back out on track.
Oh, for sure. Mark's done a great job, and I haven't seen you rebuild any chassis lately, so I'm sure you're looking forward.
Thanks for that. We actually had the carts in the street the other day, pissed off one of the older residents in the townhouse complex across the road. He was getting a bit jumpy, but I could just see the smile on Cameron's face under the crash helmet. Just he's obviously been missing it. So yeah, no, certainly like to get back out on the track. All the groundwork and the developing of the banks. I mean, I must admit, I haven't been out to the circuit for a while. What's things looking like out there?
Well, we've got grass. It's nice and green. I'll give it that. We've unfortunately had a bit of vandalism in the area that we are in. We are in a high-risk area in Nelson Mandela Bay. They have borrowed our fencing. They've borrowed some of our roofing. They've borrowed some of our poles. I'm sure they'll bring them back one day soon. But we will be good to go. We've got plans in place. We've got some very good members that are prepared to step in and help. All we need to do is get the numbers. If we can get the numbers together, we will go racing and we will grow the club again. Unfortunately, it's a participation sport. You can't point fingers at anyone but yourself if you don't kart to the track.
Absolutely. Wise words there from the chairman of the Algoa Kart and Motorcycle Club. Clinton, thanks very much for joining us, and Caleb, thank you for joining us as well. And once again, well done on a great achievement. A Bambino national win is nothing to be sneezed at. Seeing that the Bambino class is such a powerful class at the moment. So well done, guys. We'll be following your progress with interest.
Thank you very much. Have a great evening. Thank you for the show.
Absolute pleasure. Thanks, guys. Right, we're going to cut to a clip from Red Star Racing. It's a clip from the last weekend's racing. I think it was the Lotus Cup. So sit back and enjoy this short clip from Red Star. Should anybody want any live streaming action, be sure to contact the Motormouth team. This action, as we said, from Red Star Raceway. Unfortunately, you see the action through all of the corners. Unfortunately, you don't get that with a static camera. So some great footage there. Our cameraman working very hard from Red Star Racing. Enjoy the rest of the video while we just try and sort out our internet connection.
Best Drive Treads Tyres East London, your complete one-stop car shop. Visit us for great deals on Continental and General tyres as well as many other brands. For professional and friendly service, call us on 043 743 7564 or find us on Facebook at Treads Tyres. Treads Tyres is a proud sponsor of Eastern Cape Motorsport.
Right, folks, hopefully we've got our internet connections all sorted out. It's certainly sounding better in my ear at the moment. We're going to move on to our next guest, a man who had a very good outing at Scribante this past weekend. It's a very good evening to modified saloon racer Bryn.
How's it, Brendan? How are you doing?
Bryn, not too bad. Nice to catch up with you again.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's a little bit far from, I'm up in the commentary tower, you're behind the seat of the car, and we don't really catch up.
No, well, that's it, eh?
Yeah, I have to say that dominant victories like yours this past weekend don't come along that often. It must have been a good day for you, but a rather, as I said, dominant one for you.
Yeah, well, it's a pity that none of the other RDs were there. I mean, if you take my car compared to other ones, it's a bit like cheating, eh? So I won't get too confident. But yeah, it was a good weekend all in all.
Yeah, Nick Davidson, obviously, he's got that one of his almost ready as well. So can't wait to see Nick back out on circuit as well. And with the Scribantes, are we due to see them heading back into modified saloons in the near future?
Well, I hope so. I hope everyone heads back, eh? Because it's the reason why I got that car, was to have some good racing. So I hope everyone heads back and we can put on a bit of a show there for everyone. So, yeah.
I did see somewhere on social media that next time out you might go out in your dad's car, the Chev Cruze, the front wheel drive car. If there aren't any other Group A class cars, is that the plan?
Yeah, well, that is a plan. I'm hoping to twist my father's arm and get him to drive the Audi, and I hopefully go in that car, and then at least we can have a bit of a jaw. So, all front-wheel drives, GTC2 cars. So hopefully that will go to plan. If none of the other Audis are there, so that is the plan. Yeah.
Okay. Well, going back to your car from the weekend, I mean, that it looked like it was on absolute rails and just sounding so good. Has there been any more development on the car at all?
Yeah, well, obviously that's why we raced it this weekend, was just to get some form of info, and that we've obviously put a new aero kit and stuff on. So we just wanted to see what the difference was, and obviously we found quite a bit of time. So we're very happy with the way it's going at the moment.
It was set up for the SA Endurance Series. How did you guys fare in the last round, or not the last round, round number 2 at Scribante, with you and Aldo Scribante in the car?
We had a bit of technical issues. The water pump, we've changed it now. It seemed to have been gone. So the overheating issue has gone. It was obviously overheating in the last race, so that's why we didn't finish. But yeah, it seems to be a lot better. Obviously, we didn't have all the aero on then. We only tested now with the new aero kits. So everything seems to be going as planned. So very happy with it.
Absolutely brilliant. Then have you been up to East London with the car at all? Have you had a
Sorry, you're just breaking up there?
Sorry, I lost you there for a moment. Have you?
I also lost you. Oh, no,
okay.
unfortunately not. Unfortunately not, Brendan. The only track I've raced it is here in PE, but the plan is to go and do a couple of rounds around the country. So obviously with this year, with the COVID and all of that, it hasn't gone to plan, but hopefully next year things will look better and we can go and race it at some other tracks. So that definitely is a plan for the future, yeah.
I reckon you should take it up to East London and go and take on the Brat Pack from East London, the same guys that you used to race against in karting, and now they're moving away in East London modified saloons. So I think you would have lots of fun in that car up there, especially against the brutal BMW of Sean Gradwell's.
Yeah, well, that is the plan going forward. I would love to go do some races around the country. So it's definitely in the plan going forward. But obviously with this whole COVID thing, it set us all a bit back. And also we're just trying to get comfortable with the car and get it to a place where we know it. You know, every time we go out, we're still learning. I was testing today and we were trying different things. So every time we go out, we're still learning. So we'll get there.
You're certainly looking lean and mean at the moment. Lockdown obviously treated you well. Didn't you eat at all during lockdown?
No. It was tough times. So I was rather saved on the racing tires than on the food. Yeah.
Let's go back to where it all started from you. I mean, growing up in Zimbabwe, and I mean, you started off in motocross. Tell us.
I did. Career. No, I actually had quite a successful career doing motocross. I obviously lived in Zimbabwe, so I was racing up there until about the age of 14, somewhere around there. Then obviously just got a bit too many injuries, and we decided to call it quits. We took a break for a bit, and then my old man said, "Why don't you get a go-kart and try to do that? It looks a bit safer." So we tried the whole go-karting scene. We did that for a couple of years, and then obviously we moved across to the main circuit. So that's how I ended up here.
And if you had a choice, looking back, if you could choose between, or if you had the option to choose karting as a youngster, do you think you would have gone that route?
I'm happy with the route I chose. I've learned a lot. I think motocross gives you that sort of aggression, and the karting teaches you how to be smooth and stuff. So it's all played a part in the role. You know what I mean? So I'm happy with the route that with the route that I chose. Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, but you have got a reputation of being a bit of a smooth operator as well.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah. Anyways.
Sorry, I lost you. I lost you there for a moment.
No, I don't know about that, but if you've heard that, anyways.
And now, work-wise, you spending most of your time up country, or
Yeah,
are you based in Joburg?
I'm up in Joburg 90% of the time, so Zwarkops is where we're looking at going. But obviously, yeah, with this year, it's been a bit of a struggle with all the COVID and everything. So just wait for everything to settle, and then we'll be up there definitely.
Great stuff, Bryn. We wish you all the best for what's left of this crazy season. Hopefully we'll see you next time out in the Chef Cruise, mixing it up with the likes of George van Balen and Dion Slubbert in those flippin' quick golf and polos of theirs. So
no. Listen, they are doing very, very well. So I mean, driving the Audi against them is a bit like cheating. So like they're really doing well. So take my hats off to them. Thank you very much. Thanks for the chat.
Brilliant. Thanks. Nice catching up.
Cool. Cheers,
We're going to have
man.
another
Take it easy.
advert break. Cheers, Bryn. We're going to have another advert break, and then joining us after that break will be our final guest on the show tonight, Chad Bilsbury.
Kies to Import, tasty takeaways in Port Alfred.
Right, as I mentioned, Chad Bilsbury joining us. Chad, are you with us?
Yeah,
I'm not seeing Chad joining me on the screen yet, but yeah, Chad, there we wait for you to get you. There you are. Beautiful picture in the background as well. Very good evening to Chad Bilsbury.
Yeah, how's it, Bryn? How you doing? All good?
All good, my side. Thanks very much. Yeah, a couple of technical issues. Sorry, we've had to make you wait right till the back of the field, but just one or two technical issues along the way. It's, as I said, the joys of going out live. Chad, it must have been a great feeling for you this past weekend, back on the bike after a long layoff due to COVID. Tell us about your weekend.
Yeah, no, I had an absolutely awesome weekend. I didn't know what to really expect. I just decided just to go ride. You know, I haven't been out for so long. Just kind of like find my feet and all that stuff, and I seemed to find it pretty quickly. I had an absolutely awesome weekend. And
after you ended off last season with quite a serious shoulder injury, I think it was. Has that all sorted itself out? You back to your best?
I'm 100% now, but it's actually I just sprained a wrist and sprained an ankle, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, I'm back and I'm 100% now.
You've been a bit of a late bloomer when it came to motorbike racing. Your focus used to be on sailing. We got to know you as a young and up and coming sailor. How did that change come about?
Just life happens and all that stuff. Things change. I moved out from living with my parents, and then I moved in with my uncle William, and he was the one who got me into the racing and all that. Started off with the short circuit there on an Aprilia RS125, and yeah, basically set fire from then. I absolutely loved it.
Going back to sailing, you would have learnt the main rule about being fast in sailing is what?
Is to be smooth.
Staying upright.
Staying upright and smooth. Yeah, and smooth is fast. Yeah.
Smooth is fast. Yeah. You've taken a couple of tumbles, but I mean, I suppose that's just part of the drill with learning to get where you are. We just look at the binders. They've binded a couple of times in the last couple of races. So just part of the fun.
Yeah, no, for sure. Motorcycle racing it's definitely a dangerous sport, and crashing is just part of the game, So look, when you're pushing the limits every now and again, you'll he'll come off the bike. So, but yeah, it's just part of the game.
You've decided to do a mechanic apprenticeship as well now. So you certainly live in, eating, and sleeping bikes at this stage.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm doing my my motorcycle mechanic apprenticeship there at Auto Motorcycles, and it's following what I love. You know what I mean? So it's motorcycle mechanic qualification is always going to be with me. It's something I love. So look, if it doesn't work out, if it's not something I pursue later on, then I'll change. I'm still young, so wherever my career takes me, it's just
There's
doing what I love.
Nothing wrong with having an apprenticeship behind you. Always something to fall back on at any stage of your life. Let's go back to the weekend, specifically race number 3. You went out and broke the lap record on old tires. That certainly took some doing.
Oh yeah, the tires that I were on, they're probably from like November last year or something like that. They've done a couple races. Obviously, with the COVID, they haven't been riding much, but they're still pretty old tires. And I just felt comfortable on the bike. I wasn't going for any lap records. I wasn't pushing at 110%. I was just riding my own race. You know what I mean? Just going at my own pace. And look, those are the results. I'm extremely happy.
Yeah, so it's big things to be expected once you've got a decent pair of tires on there. So that should be something to look forward to for the next race.
Yeah, no, for sure. My lap record, I did a 108.1. That was in race 3 where I also unfortunately crashed, but I'm definitely gonna come back fighting even stronger, and I'm hoping to do an even faster time next time. So stay tuned.
Once you're doing the apprenticeship to repair your own damage, or who looks after the bike for you?
No, I do pretty much most of the maintenance actually. My uncle William, he helps a hell of a lot with bike maintenance and bike prep, and obviously with sponsoring the bike. Yeah, and I wouldn't have been, I would never have been where I am today without him. Yes, but I'm definitely going to be fixing the bike the following weekend and after work every day. So it's long nights in the garage, but I absolutely love it. You know what I mean? It's awesome.
Yeah. After the tumble, was there much damage to the bike, or is it not too bad?
It's not too bad. The motor starts, everything mechanical is 100%. It's just the fairing. So you just need to pull them off, get them repainted and all that stuff. And the rear subframe was slightly damaged, but that's nothing too great. I mean, nothing too major, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem to fix.
There's just a message from Jeff Latham saying, "Well done on the lap record," and once again, a massive thank you to Jeff for the great photographs. So you can see one of them in the background there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna start wrapping it there. Your plans for the future, have you got anything mapped out? Does it include a career in motorcycle racing, or what is the plan going forward?
No, look, a career in motorcycle racing is obviously the dream, but obviously we know that it doesn't always go out to the way you planned it. So I'm kind of just having a broad kind of field. That's why I'm doing this motorcycle apprenticeship, so I can hopefully go and get started with a career somewhere in the motorcycle sort of field. You know what I mean? Where it be a pit mechanic for some small up and coming racing team or whatever it is. Just something with motorcycles. You know what I mean? It's just what you love. So if you do what you love every day, you don't work a day in your life.
That's brilliant. Yeah. The last question I'm gonna throw at you is numbers in karting across all the classes are seriously down at the moment. What is that? Have you got any idea what we can put that down to?
it's well, I think it's just a tough time for everybody at the moment with this COVID and all that stuff. So I think it just needs a little bit of time just for people to find their feet and just get their lives sorted. And I think the numbers will start picking up for sure. Well, I hope so. I think we all hope so.
Yeah, are you involved? We saw the youngsters on the NSF 100s and the 150s out on track. Are you involved with them at all? Do you do any coaching with those guys?
When I can, my job is with auto motorcycles. I'm working Monday to Saturday, almost all the time. So finding off to go help the youngsters with coaching and all that stuff is a little bit difficult. But when I can, I'm there. I'm riding with them. You know what I mean? Just doing what I can where I can. Yeah.
See a message from Katie come up on the screen. Dad, we are very proud of you. That's a nice special message there.
Yeah, it's my aunt.
Oh, your aunt, okay. No problem. Chad, it's been an absolute pleasure you joining us on the show. As we say to everybody, we'll certainly keep an eye on you and your racing in the future. So thanks. It's been great having you on the show. And as far as a backdrop and picture clarity and I think you've upped the game there a bit. So thanks very much for that. We can thank your sister for that, I think. So
yeah,
great, man.
Nice. Yeah, so thank you so much for having me
on the show.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
It's been awesome.
Chad Bilsbury, thanks very much and good evening. Right, folks, a reminder to please share the show across all of your social media platforms, as the show is about all of you, the racers out there, and it's a platform for you not only to promote yourself, but your sponsors as well. Thanks once again to our main sponsors, Emerald Fire and Fifth Color Branding, for your ongoing support of our show. That's about a wrap from us tonight. Once again, apologies for the technical issues that we have had along the way. We hopefully will get our internet connection sorted out in the next couple of days. So folks, from me, Brendan Kelly, it's good night until next time.